We've got a Tee-Up Tuesday with Kevin Kisslinger from GOLFTEC is joining us again today, and golf season is still here, but the leaves are changing. It's a gorgeous time to be on a lot of these courses.
Yes, it is.
But we know what's knocking on the door, and we also know that in the near future, travel to other places for golf is going to be a little nebulous.
Yep.
So we're coming into the off season, and the old saying is athletes are made in the off season.
Yeah.
Golfers are made in the off season, same thing. So let's talk about discipline, routine, and then how to not succumb and give in to what happens to many, especially in these cold states, Wisconsin, is we hibernate, we put a couple pounds on, we stop moving, and we use, it's cold out and I deserve this, or something. So let's talk about discipline, routine, and not putting on the Wisconsin 5 or 10 that you are going to lose again and then put on again. And there's some folks listening to this that have lost 100 pounds over the last 10 years, and it's the same freaking 10 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of sports have a calendar of it where you have your off-season training.
Yeah.
And that's where you do a lot of your swing changes. Mm-hmm. Wintertime, you're not on the golf course. You don't have to worry about your round of golf coming next week. So you can make these changes, you can get used to the changes, you can ingrain the changes without any fear of short-term, negative effects of feeling different.
Yeah, so if you're going to pick up a strength training program, which you need to pick up, for all the reasons that we've highlighted 2 weeks ago in the video that we posted, I get that if you're new to a strength training program and you're in the middle of golf season, you get a big lift in on a Tuesday and you've got the post-workout little soreness and stiffness. You're like, no, but I got a match, I got a game on Thursday. I don't want to do that. But if you start now, your body will adapt. Right. And then you can train right now without concern of a game or a match coming up, and then you can train through in season.
Yeah, and that's huge, both for the fitness-wise and for the golf swing-wise, right? And then the consistency of it throughout the year. I mean, those players are going to make their, like Bryson that we talked about, really bulked up, but then they're going to stay consistent to that routine, even every week before every round of golf they're working out. Huge discipline to keep themselves, strong and feeling the same way that we talked about last week from swing to swing.
And people tend to have better motivation, when they've got accountability, they've got a coach like you, a coach like me, a coach here that is holding them accountable, but they're bringing the motivation. And both of those things are going to be more consistent when they've got an event that they're training for. So off season, there may not be an event, but you've got next season.
Right.
So let's focus on that and not just take the foot off the gas pedal, because this great sport that folks love is just more fun when you're fit.
Yep.
You can't even argue the point.
Fit, and when you swing good.
And you swing well.
It's a very easy game. And it's a short off season. It seems forever, right? But we're golfing in 5 months.
Right.
And if you don't do anything, right, when you walk out there in April, you're not going to swing the same that you did in October.
Right.
Right. If you want to go to the beach in June and you haven't worked out all winter, you're not wanting to take you don't want to put that swimsuit on. It is really a golden opportunity in Wisconsin.
Yeah, and consider that they've been working with you, they've been on the course, and their game has improved. So it's here, and now they go into the off season, and they think they're staying flat, but the reality is they're probably degrading.
Right.
And then they come and sign up with you again, and they're not starting from down here, but they're starting from below where they left at their peak. What if you could keep yourself here and then continue and continue and continue?
And you can. Yeah, I think the biggest gains I ever see are in the winter.
Yeah.
It's that getting rid of that fear of performance it just opens up the person's brain to really they're much more receptive to making a change.
Yep. So sleep health, nutrition health, relationship health, strength and power and fitness, and you can make incredible advances in your strength, power, mobility, stability, all transferring into club head speed, club head control, enjoyment of the game. 2 intelligently designed strength training routines per week gets the job done. 3 is even better, and then some cardiovascular work, but allocating 2 to 3 hours a week is what it requires.
And that's awesome. And that's the same in golf. You can get an hour or 2 during the week of swing practice. And I always think that when you're outside in the summer, these guys and gals, you're playing 8, 10, 12, 16 hours a week. Mm-hmm. Right? You only have to get 5 hours in the winter.
Yeah.
Right? You know, so you already have the time. You just got to make sure you keep all those things on your calendar.
Yeah.
You know, and just instead of going to play your round of golf, you go into your gym, you go into your indoor golf facility, and you work on your game.
Do you really believe you can improve is a question. And if you believe do you want to improve? Because people say they want to get better at their golfing game, but do they really believe? And why not? Give it a shot.
Right.
Let's do the ultimate experiment in Milwaukee this year, and let's convert all of these golfers into continuing the upway slide of that curve.
I think fitness and golf are pretty cool because I think that's 2 of the rare things that as you get older, you can still get better.
Yeah.